brothers, welcome back to Territorial IO. We're starting off today here in a 22-person free-for-all battle here in South America, and we're going south ourselves. We do have one person kind of pushing below us, or at least two, but one's on like that little island. Okay, three now. That's a lot, but I still think our position reigns supreme. That guy better leave. Really hope the guy above us left, because that would... Okay, good. He did. All right, so we are in a pretty good spot. Now, our biggest contender right now is going to be the guy off to our left. He's going to be really fighting us for a lot of this land, and we're going to have to position ourselves well to attack him, although he's not expanding right now. I'm going to be cautious about this. I'm wondering if he's saving up for a big boom, or maybe he's not playing. I don't think he's playing. That's a big coup for us. Now we have a lot more access to the land we initially wanted. We don't have to put up nearly the fight that we need to. Yeah, he's not going to be a problem for us, at least for a while. Unless he starts expanding like right now, he won't be a problem at all. So what is our goal now? We're going to play like he's not there. And we're going to expand to as much land as we possibly can. Now, we do know we have that one player in the south. But my biggest priority is taking the immediate land around me and just honestly in whatever bot that is the weakest. I'm not really pushing towards any direction. I will want to push over here into the east here a little bit more, just to make sure that nobody else can get below me into that player down there, and also to make sure that player below us cannot attack upwards. So that's going to be our goal. We do see that Dada is the closest person pushing to any territory that we could claim as our own. So that's where we need to fight for land. We have cut off east and west, so things are looking pretty good for us. Now, we are a little bit low on troops compared to the Dada player, but other than that, we are fine, and we'll be able to quickly recover from that amount of troops. You would have to punish us almost immediately for that, and we're not going to get punished for that, so we'll just finish up the rest of these bots here. Turkey is not going to be as much of a threat either. He's just down there. He's another player that would have to attack us immediately, and I don't think he's going to. We're going to risk it on that. I'm honestly not going to waste any troops on attacking that one player, so we will just save up here, build up our troops, and wait for a good opportunity, although you are a good opportunity to jump in, grab a little bit more land. Will this give us an extra neighbor? Yes, but I don't think it's enough to punish us right now, especially as Carthage is getting attacked himself. He'll be a more appealing target than us, and yeah, smart move on our play. Everything kind of worked out because the Turkey player is also getting attacked up there in the north as well. So we have the privilege of just kind of waiting back, no need to pick our target. All of our neighbors are being aggressive towards other players. Now, this one bot in the middle is going to be a bit of an issue, so we do need to take it out. I'm going to go ahead and just help take it out right now. We have 1 million troops and nobody has anything close to that, so it is a safe move for us to do in this moment. But this game is going to be about how we play, or this game is all going to be about how we play our borders and making sure that we don't border too many strong people at the same time who could potentially work against us. So with that in mind, we're going to take out Carthage. Hopefully not going to have anybody really strong bordering us. In fact, nobody else. This Dada player is the second strongest player on the board. He's actually pretty close to me in pixel count, but he's not anywhere near me in troop count. So I think it's going to be worth just attacking him right away. This will give us borders on 3 new players, but it's either avoid those 3 players and deal with Dada later, or deal with him now and then border 3 weaker players. And honestly, the land that we're going to get from Dada is going to be totally worth it for us. So let's just push through it, especially as he's being aggressive towards us. We'll just push for all of it. And now we are in the lead with 80,000 pixels. Second place is Adam, who we don't border. And now we're in a much stronger position to win the game. Now, I don't want to open the floodgates by attacking player 191. There's absolutely no reason to do that. That could be our potential downfall. Instead, I'm going to go over here into the east and start taking down these players over here. Just eliminating the amount of people that could potentially gang up on me in any set. But we do have 32% of the board, so we're very strong. We're in a very strong position. It's not a 1 position yet. We could definitely still lose this game, but with everybody still fighting each other, we can quietly just get over here and eliminate 2 players, as everyone's real focused on that one Turkey player who has 200,000 troops. It's kind of like blood in the water at that moment, and we can just roll through everybody over here. And I'm going to knock you off just again to limit the amount of neighbors that I have. Finish up you. And now at this point, 46% of the land, I fear nobody, and we can just go into targets. Adam is the only one I don't really want to border at the moment. I think people would need him to work against me. So we're just quietly take out another player here, and just there we go. We're at 50%. With red interest, it would be very hard for anybody to fight against us in this moment, as there's just not enough players left. We were able to get through this one rather quickly and just kind of speed running our efforts here. So from here, we're just going to take out this guy. And yeah. Oh, you're a bot now. So yeah, we'll take him out. But at this point, it's just nobody's left. We didn't really need an ally just because we were able to play our position well, and honestly got very lucky that nobody paid attention to us the entire game. Like every time there could have been an opportunity to pick on us when we were weak, people were attacking other players, and we just got lucky in that aspect. It doesn't always happen, although I think our position was for the most part always strong enough to kind of defend. The only real threat we could have had in this game is if Dada had saved up to fight us, but instead he had wasted a bunch of troops elsewhere. Turkey is attacking us, we'll deal with him as well. So this will be one of the rare instances where we clear the board of everybody, just because we never, I don't think, ever had an alliance with anybody in the entire game. So GG's to all involved on this one, as we'll just kind of roll through the rest of you, and we'll go on to the next game. Alright, next game up is going to be a 62-player teams battle here. We are the only corgi here, at least to the best of my knowledge. We're still going to go in this corner, I think, just because there's a lot of good land and we can use it kind of as a backstop for our team. I saw a few of our teammates go down here, so I like this spot. Now, in terms of team cohesion, we have 2 players on our team nearby. 2 players in like the middle of the board, we can count them as dead, and then 3 players over there in the west and kind of the Middle East. So that is what we have to work with. Don't really like our team cohesion as much as other teams' cohesions right now. I saw the red team take a lot of Europe and so forth, and the blue team kind of going down south. So we'll see how this plays out for us, but at least we'll have at least 2 players to kind of work with over here. Now this potentially will put us in a backline situation, but at least we can be helpful in donations on that front. So let's just go in our infinite growth phase, wait for that little bit of tick of troops, go again, and just make sure that we get the dominant amount of land over here. There's nobody else over here, so we don't really have to rush, but I want to push forward as much as I push backwards in grabbing land, and trying to hit the bots at the right time so we don't waste too many troops, just because we're going to have to immediately probably fight somebody. At least that is the not real hope, but honestly kind of the reality of our situation is that we're going to need to fight our way out of this one. We have Android user, and this OG guy is rather weak. He's only got 11,000 troops and he keeps attacking, so I don't imagine he's going to have any troops left by the end of this. So we'll just quietly take out as many bots as we can while trying to maintain a good amount of troops. There we go, got that full send for us. That's lovely. And that's the last bot we get, and predictably that OG player did go down, in fact. So we now will hold on to just the land that we have, build up troops, and wait for a good opportunity to kind of come for or present itself to us. Now we do have a problem with the blue team. They are very well positioned to fight against us, and after that the black team is going to be a big challenge for us as well. So white team not doing very well. Only 2 players in the top 10. It was me and Android user. Android user's gone, so that is a little bit unfortunate. I'm going to just kind of position myself to attack this guy down here. Even though Friendly Turtle is in the middle, and me and Android user could attack him both, God has left and become a bot. That is a little bit on the unfortunate side. Yeah, now the bot's attacking us. Okay, so we didn't get the opportunity we wanted to save up. I was kind of wanting to ignore God and just kind of push down south a little bit, because the Empire player on the blue team is also pretty weak. But I think this is a good moment for us to just honestly work against this bot, because it might attack Android user, who is also pretty weak. He's attacking that one player on the black team who is, I'm not, maybe he's a good target in terms of troop density, but his appeal in terms of position is pretty poor. And so at least we could take some pressure off Android user and hopefully keep him alive to be able to fight another day with us later. So let's go ahead and continue just to take out this bot over here. It will cut off Friendly Turtle. I'm hoping he stays friendly, but we'll deal with him when we can. Ooh. Yeah. I would love to cut off you from being able to grab access to my teammate, but alas, it didn't quite work out. So let's go ahead and start fighting you down, especially as you're fighting our teammate. And this is now the priority number 1 is he's going really heavily into my teammate. I don't know why. as he's kind of being a sacrificial lamb to his own team. But the team that's going to benefit the most from this aggression is honestly the black team. They could all work against Android User and put our team in a bad position and his team in a bad position. So we're just going to keep pushing down this guy, especially as he keeps using a lot of troops to do so. Bit of a risk here for us, as now we are kind of entering the fold a little bit more. But we can definitely be a strong player in the mix of this, and hopefully keep Android User alive so that we can potentially work together later. Now, the Empire guy is pretty weak himself. That could be a really good opportunity for us to attack. I'm thinking about that. We've lost the crown. Yeah, this is our only real target. We could go into the player on the black team ban. I don't think that's a wise move for us. I think the best thing is to go down here and just start knocking this guy down. Just grab as much land as we can. We still are the crown, which is important to keep in mind. We still have friendly turtle to deal with, which at some point we're going to. Android User's on the warpath. That guy has no troops. Ooh, I kind of really like that move for our team. He's asking for money, and he's also put himself in a dangerous position. Yeah, we gotta donate. I think in this position we do the selfless thing and we ignore our position for the betterment of the team. Let's just grab the rest of your land since you full sent, and we can just donate to you, maybe keep you alive, because I understand that, brother, you gotta charge. Ignore the Android User guy. You just gotta go for the land. There's so much over there the red team controls, but has no troops to do so. So let's just keep pumping up our teammate right now, and hopefully he's good enough to be able to take over. But he has the position to be able to do so. So I do believe in supporting him, at least getting him up to Android or the iOS user, who is now ignoring him and attacking the player on the black team. This is really good for our team of us kind of not choosing the warpath and giving troops away. It does put us in a bit of a threat with the player below us, but he's got the crown below him, so I don't know how aggressive he's going to be. So I think we're free right now just to keep quietly donating to our teammate and pumping him up, as he's now in third place and will probably overtake us here rather quickly, and he will become the crown, I'm sure, in just a matter of time. But the red team's troop management has been pretty bad. I don't know where all their troops have gone. They all won their fights. They should be in just absolute dominant control of this game, but they don't have any troops to push forward anywhere. So our teammate is now bigger than us. He is getting attacked by the Android User, and he's actually the crown now. So let's keep supporting him. Let's take Friendly Turtle out of the game just to eliminate another player that could potentially attack our crown. Our role is purely support at this point, as that's the best chance for us to win this game. So we'll just keep that in mind. Keep attacking quietly and keep donating quietly. So as long as we support our teammate, there's no real way that anybody can beat us. The only real threat on the board left is if this player on the black team, the two players below us in the south, would have borders on our teammate, but they won't do that as long as he's smart with his attacks until much later in the game, until it's far too late. So this is working out rather nicely for us, as we can just kind of dictate the board with our teammates and let our buddy just kind of roll through. He's attacking two players on the red team at once, but he's got more than enough troops to do so, as he's about 20,000 pixels in first place at this point. So yeah, I'm glad we took a breather and changed directions and supported our teammate. We could have been dealing with a war on two fronts on our team, but instead we kind of consolidated, and we're fortunate enough that the hierarchy kind of goes that ban couldn't attack us because Substance User down below would have attacked him, and now we just kind of roll through the rest of the board here, as Android User is far too strong to be able to be challenged by anybody at this point. So yeah, we just donate him and let him kind of go through people at this point. The red team is completely collapsed now, as even player 497 was able to get some of that. But here comes the player on the blue team. He's going to be able to take out our other teammates, and in fact the black team is joining him. But it's too little too late for anybody to do anything. We're just going to keep supporting our teammate. We'll join the fight here eventually, as if you want to attack this guy, I have borders on him, so I'm going to help here rather than just keep consolidating troops. I want to be cautious about touching the player on the blue team below us. There's no real good reason to do that early, because we would be the first player to touch him. We don't want to touch the player on the blue team until our teammate does. And he's consolidating his borders a little bit, which I do think is smart. So we will just take a breather here, give him a little bit more troops. He finishes up that fight. Wonderful. And now we can go into oh, you're getting attacked by the player on the blue team. You got full sent. Okay, well, I was going to support you with the player on the blue team, but he's now gone. So now we can just constantly attack. Yeah, I got it, brother. Attack this player below us. And as soon as that full send is done, I'm sure our teammate's going to join in. So that is going to do it as we kind of start to wrap up the board here with just this one player left, and our team very dominant, basically off of 2 players. I did see that 1 player down in Africa, but to be honest, the strength of our team came from me, an Android user. And even though we'll get less points for the clan by doing this, I do think it was the right thing to do. And that's just based off the amount of land that you hold, which I do think is a slightly dumb mechanic. I understand it kind of helps every team get points, but it really just prioritizes not helping other people at all in team games and only helping people in your clans, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we'll be happy with the results there. Give the claps a good sportsmanship. And as we do start to wrap things up, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching, especially made it this far in the video. If you have made it this far in the video, hey, give it a thumbs up, really helps out a lot. If you're new around here, subscribe for more. Put out videos every day. But boys, I will see you in the next one. And a special thank you to all of my members with shoutouts to producers Icy, Quagsire Lover 32, Kevin Andy Stamps, Christopher Ryans, King Arctic, and executive producers Miskits the Mallard, A137, Mason Slasher Alias, Rob Drake, Uther Ekana, Brock Lowy, Daniel Stevens, Sakari Scarlet, Morwin, Ogan Gabriel, Maverick 149, Jeremy Daniels, Austin, Abagalula, and Ollie Cox, Go Spurs. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.